racing at night and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it was good. It was fine. The racing at night, you know, people were talking about just how difficult that was or whatever. And I've been to some short tracks that don't have very good lights, so there was plenty of lights here to see around. You know, obviously sometimes when you're following a guy or having a guy follow you and their lights are in your mirror the entire lap around the racetrack, that's a bit difficult. But you know, it's not too bad. Just getting that experience of some nighttime running was fun, and having a first 24-hour go was pretty cool. So see what happens next.
If you could, would there be one surprise that you weren't necessarily expecting coming out of this?
No, not really. I mean, just overall, you know, everything made sense. You know, I mean, you come into a race and you have a plan and a driver lineup and things like that, and plans change on the fly due to strategy change, due to pit stops, caution flags, things like that. So it's not always as cut and dry as it looks. And then, you know, for as fast as this race went with the limited cautions, a lot was changing on the fly. So that's to be expected. You know, with I think the triple stint was probably a cup race in my mind, you know, and then I was able to get in some other times as well too. So that was, you know, certainly a lot of run time.
All right, we'll open it up to questions. If you want to raise your hand, Greg, right here. Start with him.
Greg Ingalato week. Is it too soon to say that you'll want to do this again next year?
Yeah, too soon to say. Let me digest all of this and figure it out. You know, it was I enjoyed the experience and being able to get out there and do it. You know, certainly you always wish to or want to run better, so we would like to get our performance better.
Thank you. All right. Jerry, do you have one? Oh, Dave.
Nate Ryan, NBC Sports. Kyle, you talked about how this is sort of a taste of the medicine you might get with the 2021 car in NASCAR. Did the medicine taste good? I mean, is this a type of car you'd like to drive in Cup if it's similar to that?
The experience is going to be entirely different still, I believe. You know, we only run 3 road course races out of the year, and they're 2.5, 3 stints, I guess you'd call it, you know, runs on tires. But overall, it's just the different mechanics and different driving technique of this car so far that I've kind of found out. Something that I don't know that we're accustomed to, but we'll figure out. We've got a lot of good people and stuff to work on all that to make sure that we can be on top of our game.
I think you said like independent rear suspension, sequential shifting. That's maybe the same. Are there any other similarities to what's coming in Cup that you kind of got a taste of?
I mean, our cars are going to have bulkier A-frames and coilovers, and these cars have coilovers, but they're on the articulations, so they're in a different spot. Engine, oil tank, all that stuff I'm not familiar with. I haven't seen one of our cars yet, but overall, I can't see that it would be too far off.
All right down here to your right, Kyle.
Jordan could talk about that. Along his lines, a little bit, do you get any takeaway at all for NASCAR? And also, did you enjoy this? Did you have fun? You kind of mentioned you did, but
yeah, absolutely. You know, they asked me to get in the car when they needed me to get in the car. I was there, and then they asked if Jack was under the weather, not feeling well, so he had to get his run time in. But then they asked if I would be up for finishing it out, and I said, sure, why not? Let's go out there and run it out. You know, so you know, it's all about just getting the seat time and having some fun, and you know, learning racing with some of these guys was the first part.
Yeah. Right over there to your left with Paul. Go ahead.
Kyle, congratulations on getting to the finish of the Rolex 24. You mentioned you have only 3 road courses in your season in NASCAR, but was there anything from this experience that you learned that you can take to improve your road course technique?
Not really. You know, the braking and stuff is so different. The BOP on these cars is also different, where our cars are all really similar. We have the same weights. Yeah, we have different motors and such, but they're all relatively close enough. We're on the same tire, all that sort of thing. So, you know, how we sling it around, Watkins Glen, you really got to trust the car in some particular spots on the racetrack. And Sonoma's a technique, really technical racetrack. I would probably not like Detroit, but probably like a Lime Rock or something like that, I'd imagine. So, you know, it's pretty challenging. So there's different aspects to our road racing, but You know, having the tire fall off that you felt here, we had the same thing on the Cup side. You know, the brakes going away and not feeling so good at the end. We had the same thing on the Cup side. So I was more familiar with being ready for this experience from my Cup cars, I think, than being able to take anything from here back over there.
Thank you.
All right, one last one right here in the middle, Kyle.
Jordan Bianchi, I like 2 quick questions. One, is there something that was more challenging than you anticipated coming into this?
Getting enough sleep, I guess.
That leads to my second question. What was it like getting the knock on the door at 5 o'clock or 4:30, whatever it was this morning?
Yeah, so like I tried to lay down and get some rest when I got out at like 9 o'clock, and that just didn't go very well. I was not going to go to bed at 9 o'clock. So I think I got maybe a 20-30 minute nap, maybe. And then just was ready for the 1 o'clock when I got in, I think, and then got out and then woke back up at 4:30, 5 o'clock, something like that, whatever it was. So yeah, they tried getting a hold of us. We had our cell phones on for text messages and stuff. That didn't work, so they had to come banging on the door to wake up. So then it was like, okay, hurry up, you know, get a bite to eat real quick, and then get dressed and get out.
Is it a bit of a jolt, like the doors, you know, someone slamming on the door and quickly you got to get up and get ready?
Yeah, no, it's a jolt, that's for sure. And when I got in the car, you know, lap times weren't quite great, and then I think that was a double stint. Was that my triple stint? Yeah, so my second and third stints were fine. Once I got my eyes open, everything was fine. I think I went from running like 46 90s or something to running some 46 60s, you know, so that was more on pace.
Were you able to adapt to that? I mean, I know it took you a stint.
Waking up?
Well, no, but just like go time.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's what it's like on our NASCAR schedules. When we have 8 a.m. practices in Michigan, you wake up at 7:30, you go to the bathroom, you stuff your face, you dress, and you go get in the car, you know what I mean? So and then you go run 214 miles an hour into turn 1. So I'm accustomed to that. I'm used to that.
All right, Kyle, we know you got to get going. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.